104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Joining us right now is our friend Randy Miller from NJ.com. Randy, first of all, I know you're living the good life right now, so thank you for making time for us.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. It's nice to be. I'm in Fort Lauderdale Beach right now, so my toes are in the sand and ready to talk some baseball.
Love it. Well, okay, so Randy, we appreciate you because you've got great insight. You're in the locker room a lot. Are you at all surprised by Clint Frazier and his immediate help to the team?
I am a little surprised, but you can't get too excited over 3 good games, and we've seen a lot of players throughout history that have done that. That said, listening to his comments, I liked what I heard. You see his bat speed, but when you look at the total package of 2017, what was he hitting in AAA? About 255? So I don't think he's going to just all of a sudden go from 255 with some power in AAA to being a 300 hitter in the big league. So yes, it was a nice, optimistic start for Clint Frazier, and they need more of that from other people if they're going to stay in contention.
A lot of local Yankee fans here in the Capital Region getting excited about him. What would be a realistic expectation in your mind for Frazier moving forward?
Realistic expectation. When Aaron Hicks comes up, he's going back to AAA. That's pretty much guaranteed. He's not here to stay. This is not. Unless he completely goes off here. But the plan is to send him back, and it wouldn't shock me if he was sent back when Holiday comes off the DL, and then all of a sudden you have the regular DH back. Because right now they can rotate the 3 outfielders plus Frazier because of the open DH spot with Holiday on the DL. So he's going to go back to AAA. It was a nice start. This will be good for his confidence, but there are still a lot of things he needs to work on. And again, your pitchers have not adjusted to him yet. So now they're starting to get a book. They'll see his weaknesses and see how AAA pitchers got him up. But hey, I like his speed. I like his hustle in the outfield. You love his bat speed. You love his power, his enthusiasm. Very nice start to his career.
So is this small showcase basically it is a showcase? Is this now going to present him as a possible piece to move at the deadline for the Yankees to another team?
Yes, I think that's possible, but it depends on where the Yankees are in the standings. And they've lost 18 out of 25. They were 15 over, and now they went from 4 up in the division to 3.5 back. And right now they're in a real tight wild card spot. It's going to be interesting to see where they are on July 31st. They have a big 3-city trip upcoming right after the break: Boston, Minnesota, Seattle. That's 10 games. If they go 2-8 in those 10 games, they could go from buyers to sellers. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm not sure they're going to be buyers, and also the fact that Cashman does not want to give up a lot from the minor league system. I think if they get something that could help them now and in the future, such as Cole from Pittsburgh, but I hear Pittsburgh's GM is very, very difficult to find for a trade partner. That's the kind of situation like where you get a pitcher you can control for a couple of years, a potential ace in Garrett Cole. I could see Jorge Mateo, who's finally up to Double-A after what seemed like forever in High A Tampa. I can see him being a trade piece, and I can see Andujar, the third baseman, who came up and had the great first game with his. I think that he's a trade piece also, because I'm not sure that he has a future in New York. He still needs some work defensively, and I think they're ticketing Gleyber Torres, who's out for the year, their number 1 prospect. But I think they're ticketing Torres to be their third baseman in the future at this point.
Randy Miller with us talking Yankees. He's our friend from NJ.com right here on 104.5 The Team. All right, so we kind of know what the plan is for first base, but nobody knows what's going on with Greg Bird. What's the latest on him?
God, I don't know if we can count on anything from Greg Bird at this point this year. It's the tests show that his foot has healed, that every time he swings, every time he moves, he feels it. He's going to specialists, and nobody can seem to figure out what's going on. He's had cortisone shots, and he's still hurting. Cashman said last week that exploratory surgery is an option. I'm not sure. Bird seemed to think that was a last resort. I'm not sure if the Yankees were just kind of sending him a message like, hey, look, you're hurting, and you're saying you're hurt and we can't find anything, then we might have to just go in with surgery. I know the Yankees are very frustrated. I saw the report in the New York Daily News that came out that said that people in the organization were questioning, why he's not playing. I heard the same thing. I'm not sure. I don't think Bird is a guy that wouldn't play. He tried to play through this in April, and he hit 6 for 60 at 100. This really has hurt them because in spring training, he wasn't just their best hitter. He was one of the top hitters in baseball in spring training, and he looked like a guy who was going to have 30, 35 home runs. And you add a left-handed bat in the middle of that lineup with what Judge is doing and how Holiday was helping them and what Castro was doing, all of a sudden a good lineup that can be very good turns into a very good lineup that can be great.
Is it to the point now where first base, whether it be like a Matt Adams in Atlanta, maybe maybe a Lucas Duda, that has to become a priority come July and August to make a move for it?
I think the guy they're targeting is the first baseman for the A's, the All-Star Alonso. That's a guy that I can see coming here. Oakland will definitely be giving up on the season shortly. I actually talked to him about that Alonso yesterday at the All-Star game, and he was very diplomatic about it. He does like New York. I think that there's a match there, and he's a guy that could come in and help them. But again, I don't know that they're going to try to get help if they have a bad 2 weeks, and I'm not optimistic that this slump is going to end. When I look at Betances in the All-Star game last night, again he gets into a bases-loaded jam. Chapman hasn't been right all year. When you watch Miller last night, I just say to myself, God, Andrew Miller, why did they trade him? They had him under a great contract, and to me, Andrew Miller is the best reliever in baseball. And I would have preferred the Yankees to keep Andrew Miller. And look, I know Sheffield is a good pitching prospect. He's in Double-A, 21 years old this year. He was at a 3 ERA. Now he's hurt, but an oblique, so it's not an arm injury. They got Frazier, but I don't like that trade. And then they wouldn't have had to go re-sign Chapman to that crazy contract. They could have got something else. But I'm worried about the bullpen. I'm worried about the starting rotation. Look, CC can't stay healthy. Severino made the All-Star team. I'm not sure he deserved to make the All-Star team. He's had, half his starts are quality starts. That's not enough for me. Pineda, while he was good for a month and a half, he's the old Pineda the last couple months. You can't count on him. Tanaka, you think he turned a corner, and he has a bad start right before the All-Star break. I don't know what you can count on him. And so I don't know that they're going to be in a position to buy just because this stretch they've had of 3 weeks. I think that's exposed their weakness, which is pitching.
NJ.com's Randy Miller with us right now. So, Randy, before I let you go back to the beach life, it's safe to say it sounds like you don't think this is going to be a postseason team.
Well, I think these next 3 weeks are going to be a strong indication. They have enough talent to stay in the hunt because basically if you just stay a little bit above 500 with 2 wild cards, you're going to be able to stay in the hunt. Are they good enough to compete with Tampa Bay and some of the other wild card contenders? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they can catch the Red Sox. The Red Sox are trending upward, and the Yankees are trending downward. And I think that ultimately, when you hear the old cliche, the cream rises to the top. The Red Sox are the cream of this division. When you look at the pitching that they have, when you added Sale, and even with Porcello not having a great year, adding Sale and you have Price and you have that lineup. Their lineup is good, young. They're the best team in the division. I can see them running away with the division and ending up with winning this by multiple, by at least 10 games. That would not surprise me. I think the Yankees will stay in the hunt for the wild card. Could they sneak into a wild card game? Maybe, but then they go to Houston and they're going to get. They can't beat the Astros in the playoffs, and I don't think they can beat the Red Sox in the playoffs. So to me, I don't think I would blow up some big prospects here, blow it up to try to win this year when I don't look at this team as a World Series team. When how can they win playoff series with this starting rotation? Who do you have to match up with other teams' aces or even their number 2 starters? Who in that rotation, when you send them to mind, you say, yeah, I feel good about this game tonight. Yeah, Montgomery's done a nice job, but I don't know that I can count on anyone to be a stopper. And certainly when you're facing good teams, we saw what Houston did to them. Houston's clearly the best team in the American League right now, and Boston, which I said is trending upward, is to me the second best team, and no one's close to those two.
Well, Randy, I'm gonna go cry separately. I'm gonna let you go back to enjoying the beach. I'm not gonna rain on you.
I've been wrong before. Maybe the next time I talk, you can say that my pessimism led them on a big run.
I hope for nothing more. I would never tell you I hope that you were wrong, but this time I hope you are. All right, man. Thank you so much. I know you're having a great time, and you were nice enough to take a little break from that and be bothered by us. So thanks, Randy.
Anytime, guys. Take care.